Good morning
and afternoon,
and evening.
wherever you are on our amazing planet. I'm Ariel.
I'm Shya.
Welcome to being here.
Yes.
This episode has the potential to be fun.
Well, everything has a potential to be fun. Hiccups and burps. What if your problems are no more serious than a hiccup or a burp? Join Ariel and Shya in being here and see what bubbles to the surface.
That's us.
That's us. Okay, that's what it says.
And our amazing guests and our amazing producer in the background. We're going to create a podcast for you today. Let's see where it takes us.
Yes.
But let's start with listening.
Okay. See, thinking about what's being said isn't listening, it's thinking. If you allow what's being said to come into you without filtering it through your thoughts, without talking to yourself about whether you agree with it or not, whether you disagree with it or not, whether it meets your standards, you will get pulled into the current moment of your life naturally, just in the act of listening. And it's hard to describe if you've been used to listening to the voice in your head, which talks to you all the time, and you think you're listening when you're actually rehashing or listening to that voice rather than the person who's speaking.
It's like a commentator. You have these ice skaters who do these incredible things, and then the commentators, after they've made their jump, comment
on the jump and the quality of it.
Well, we all do that.
See if you can allow yourself to just hear what's being said without having to agree or disagree, without, seeing if it's up to your standards.
As you're describing listening, I found in me this ability to just take a deep breath and let go of that part of me that feels like I have to produce all the time, that driving forward thing. So I could just be and listen.
The other thing is this: listening doesn't mean you need to understand what's being said. Because when you understand what's being said, you're taking what's being said and filtering it through what you already know so you can understand it.
I find that in our bilingual seminars, because we do a lot of seminars, shout out to all our friends who are native German speakers or Swiss speakers, where we'll speak in English, and we have a bunch of very talented people who are kind enough to translate either in a Living Made Easy that's bilingual or in person. And I love it when I can listen to them translate in German. And there are a few words, there are words now I know, and sometimes I can see where they are in the sentence. But simply to listen, for the act of listening, pulls you into the moment. Excuse me. And when you're here, everything else takes care of itself.
That's right. And now let's take our first guest, Mark.
Welcome to being here.
Hi there.
Hi there.
This is Mark, and I'm calling in from Hamburg, Germany.
Hamburg, Pennsylvania?
Hamburg, Germany.
Oh,
because you have such a strong German accent. I wasn't sure.
That's right. Yeah. Lately, I've been putting out resumes, like applying for jobs. And I find that when I get, and I do a lot of it, there's a lot of different ones that I apply to. And so there's going to be rejections. And when I get them, sometimes it doesn't bother me. I look at that and I go, maybe I can read that job position again and see why they chose the way they did. But there's other times where it immediately hits me and I feel off center.
Well, maybe you were off center to begin with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it makes you aware of your off-centeredness.
Okay.
Frequently an upsetting event or circumstance shakes us free of the illusion that everything's fine when it's not.
Yeah.
And so you become aware of that you're upset, tend to blame it on the circumstance, as opposed to realizing that that may be an asset. That, see, if you discover that you're upset and you allow yourself to feel what it feels like, it can complete itself. If you avoid it, you keep it around.
Yeah. That sounds great. I mean, just I hadn't thought about it that way.
Well, upsets are a expression into life when things don't go the way you expect them to, and you close down and you try to protect yourself rather than allowing what you feel to be felt to completion.
I'm not sure it
Huh?
does you any good to reread the posting to analyze why they didn't choose you. You're far better off recognizing that this was not your job. And
Okay.
it's like you dated people before your wife, Dorina, who
Yeah.
we're fortunate enough to have as our second guest today. And those people you dated had an arc. Either you'd ask somebody out and they say, no, I don't want to go out with you, or you'd go out a date and it fell flat, or you'd go for a period of time and you were done. You could analyze that, or you could keep going.
What if you did nothing wrong? What if it wasn't the job for you?
Well, that's a great point of view that I haven't been having.
Well, I
But-
can tell by how you're asking your question. You've
Yeah.
kind of gotten careful. Do you need a cough drop?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Here's our cough drop, Sam. you go.
Thank you.
Where it's almost like you're holding yourself very still,
Yeah.
and your communication is not as expansive as I'm used to seeing you.
Yeah.
And I get that what you're calling a rejection for a job opportunity feels like a bruise.
Well, I have a question though.
Okay.
My question is, did you really want that job?
That is a good question because
Why are you laughing?
because that I've had a little bit of an inkling in my mind about when I send some of these resumes out. And sometimes I'm not sure if I really want that, but I'm thinking like maybe I should send it out because I'm qualified for it.
And it's good
Yeah.
practice at getting rejected.
As it turns out, yes, that's the way.
Yeah. Yeah. I have a question.
Yeah.
I know that before you and Dorina got married and you moved to Hamburg, you lived more in our area. And as far as I recall, you had still been working for that company and doing a lot of remote work for them.
Mhm. Yes.
Are you still working for that company?
No, that company, when I moved here 3 years ago, that company was still employing me, but they had just been bought out by another company, which then changed another year later when another bigger company bought them out. So there was a change in management. The person that I worked with directly was no longer the founder of a company who really needed to get work done. It was somebody who was like a couple levels down, who just had one department. And I don't know if that fit well.
So are you working at anything now?
No, I'm just right now looking for jobs. Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Okay.
It's interesting. That was a very good recitation of what happened with your last job
Mhm.
and why it went away. The only reason you don't have that job anymore is you don't have that job anymore.
The reasons why really don't matter.
Yeah, it's funny because every once in a while something comes up in me that wants to complain about how that happened or make up a story in my head about who did what and when and why it affected me. And I feel sick when I feel that.
Well, you're far better off recognizing that you were done there.
Yeah.
And how do you know? The
It's
job went
over.
away.
Yeah.
And
True.
see, if you were really still going for it in that job,
Hmm.
producing for them, they probably would have kept you on.
Or found
Hmm.
a different position for you or something.
Something, because you were a fully active, engaged worker, and
Hmm.
those are the type of people that most people want to hire.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I love the course that we're doing on Friday in New York City, and I know you won't be there, but it doesn't mean you can't collect the the good juju from
Okay.
a side. It's fun as the access way to enlightenment. And
Well,
I
it could be
suspect
fun as the access way to employment for you. But if you're not
Cool.
having fun, that gets translated through your resume or intro letter,
Hmm.
and they may not want somebody who's not having fun. But
Hmm.
fun is
Yeah.
attractive, you see.
Yeah.
Fun has what you're doing be exciting. And I don't know that you were excited about what you were doing when it ended.
No, I felt restricted because when the other person was managing me, he trusted me completely, and he just asked me to do everything. I got to learn and do a lot of different things. And with the larger company, it just didn't work that way.
but I want to go back to something Sean I've been talking a lot about lately.
Mhm.
In that you're blaming the new management for your sense of restriction
Mhm. Yeah.
rather than they put restrictions on you and you jumped into it like, yeah, this is great. Okay, now let's see
Yeah.
what I can do in this restricted quadrant. Because if it were that, you wouldn't appear or operate so restricted here now.
Mhm.
Job right now is to find a job, but also to play your guitar, clean your house, make love to your wife. You
Yeah.
know, you put together a meal to put on your table. You know, Shia, well, not recently because I haven't been able to eat a lot because I'm in recovery from this whole cancer schmancer thing. Makes us breakfast, and it's different every day, and it's beautiful. Like he organizes the avocado or the eggs and slices the tomatoes just so. And if we have
Yeah.
bacon, you know, it's not like, okay, here's your food.
Hmm.
And I suspect you're not delighting in your life, Mark.
Yeah. Yeah.
If,
I'm feeling tight. Yeah.
well, you're complaining, that's the beginning. Beginning, middle, and end. You're complaining.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you see that?
Yes. Yeah.
You're complaining about the weather.
Hmm.
It's too warm in Hamburg now, right?
Yep. Hmm. Yeah.
I got it.
Yeah.
You know, I know music is one of your mediums. You
Yeah.
should, I don't normally give advice, but what the hell? Get, find something out and about that you and Dorina can go to and go boogie at it. You know, just forget
Hmm.
yours. So one of the things with this cancer arc that I've been experiencing
Hmm.
and whatever setbacks have, and then the time frame between, gee, well, I know I need radiation. By the time this happens, I'll probably be having, by the time this airs, I might need chemo, we've discovered. So
Hmm.
the time between you get that information and when you get the actual designation, yes, you need that. No, you
Yeah.
don't need that. I can, if I allow myself to torture myself, get so
Drive
sick
yourself
of
crazy.
myself,
Yep.
or I can find ways to celebrate being alive. And I'm telling you something, cancer is a hiccup and a burp, and sometimes diarrhea.
Okay. Yeah.
It's just, it's when I forget that, it's usually when I'm in pain or I'm hurting or I'm in that healing process,
Uh-huh.
where I'm at that place where I want to get out of my own skin because it's very uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then I'm like, wow, look at you. You don't want to be here. This being here thing is an incredible, incredible technology. And guess what, Mark? You are expert at it. You just have to keep bringing awareness, a non-judgmental seeing of what is. Because I don't walk very far right now because things have been, first of all, I shouldn't, but I find I'm almost like in a C curve. Like I want to protect myself. And as soon as I see it, I'm like, I can stand tall.
Mm-hmm.
I know how to do that. I can take a breath. It's about bringing awareness to what is, and then the rest is up to you.
Non-judgmentally, though.
Yeah.
See, as soon as you judge something,
Uh-huh.
it sticks. Then you
Okay.
get stuck with it. And what you judge is yourself for not having a job these days.
Yeah.
You think you should be more something than you are. Well, you can only be exactly as you are in the current moment. So that's starting point. If you're willing to be the way you are in the current moment, things will move. If you're unwilling to be the way you are, you'll keep it the same. It's that simple.
I was reading the other day in one of my nonsense novels about redwood trees, sequoia trees in California. Okay. And what I'm about to impart may or may not be true. It's what I read in a fiction book. But in this book, they were saying that redwood trees, which are giant Goliaths, have very shallow roots because they tend to be on granite. So they would topple over if they didn't interlace their roots.
So different trees' roots interlace. So it becomes like a network or a net that holds them on the sides of these mountains. Because the wind would blow them over, but it doesn't blow them all over.
So they hold each other up. And I think from time to time, you forget you have a network of people who love you, admire you, know who you are. And so it doesn't occur to you to say, hey, in a text or a call or a get together, I'm suddenly thinking I'm a failure at this thing, and allow them to feed back to you who you are when you're in the midst of winds of life. And then it's your job to listen.
Yeah, I like that.
But you see, I'll tell you, you're more willing to listen to your complaints because they're habituated.
Mm-hmm.
So you're more willing to go with I'm not enough than I'm great.
We cut back on coffee radically.
Okay.
I had about 3 days of headaches while that happened. But it wasn't an issue. I wanted it because we got an espresso machine. We were overindulging and it didn't make us feel well. But if you're addicted to it, there'll probably be some side effects as you let go of the addiction. But I'm telling you, if you want it, it's going to be a no-brainer, easy thing to do. It just depends on what you want. We'll see what you want.
Yeah. But see, if you go into collusion with your wife and complain about the weather or anything else, then you'll have one result. If you see that you're in a complaint as though life should be different than it is, and by the way, it can't be different than it is in the current moment,
right?
Well, then it'll go another way.
My doctors, doctor, they keep going to me, you're tough. I'm like, I don't think I'm tough. I'm here.
Yeah. Wow.
I'm not wishing I was someplace else when I'm there.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know why I have this to say to you, Mark.
Yeah.
But you are an inspiration. and you've just forgotten that for a little bit.
Yeah, I remember, Mark, many years ago.
Yeah,
I've known you for a long time.
yeah, true.
I remember many years ago you talking about missing a train
Hmm.
Yes.
and how you turn so it took you a long time to get home, like 24 hours.
Now you
Right.
rented a car and you got the head and you returned it. And it was like this incredible adventure.
Yeah.
You've forgotten that your life is an incredible adventure exactly as it is, not the way you think it ought to be.
Hiccups are annoying or can be. Burps can be a little embarrassing. Your life is not a tragedy.
Yeah. That's so great. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Really, really enjoyed being with you today.
Yeah, me too.
And I do believe you've lost some weight.
It's a little bit, yes.
But it's noticeable.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's never enough for the mind.
That's right.
Yeah.
Thanks for being with us today.
Yes. Thank you too.
Now it's your turn. Let's hear what one of you listeners has to say about being here in the transformation community.
Hi, this is Maren in Loma, Germany. I so love joining Ariel and Shya in the seminars, live seminars when we all get together, or join them on a podcast or a seminar online. I noticed that we're just having fun, and afterwards, for a very long while, the mind goes quiet. I stop picking on myself, which means I stop picking on others, always helpful. I just love it. Thank you.
Do you want to have well-being with consistency? Connect with people all over the world from the comfort of your own home at Ariel and Shya's lively interactive Living Made Easy virtual seminars. Join any of their 2-hour online events or take a deep dive into the magic of being you at a virtual weekend seminar. Come on, let's connect. Find out more and register at transformationmadeeasy.com.
So we have fun as the access way to enlightenment starting this Friday in New York City. So that's Friday night, Saturday, and Sunday. And then on Monday, the 29th, we have an in-person Living Made Easy seminar in New York City. And that goes, I believe, from 7.
You'll have to check the website.
Yeah.
It's not in front of us right now.
Yeah, either from 7 to 9 or 7:30 to 9:30. I don't remember. So.
And then we have our other Living Made Easy 2-hour seminars. July 1st is the bilingual one. And then Saturday, July 11th. You just go to our schedule. If there's anything you're interested in, check it out. Who knows, you may be listening to this in the archives and then this will all be really old news.
Irrelevant. The other thing is we've got creativity and intuition in August 7th, 8th, and 9th in New York City. You're welcome to join us for that if your creativity and intuition or if your intuition tells you could be more creative. And then we have Costa Rica in 2027. It's open, and a weekend seminar is a prerequisite to joining us for the week or two in Costa Rica.
Let's take our next guest.
Yes.
Dorina, welcome to being here. Tell people where you're zooming in from.
Hello, Ariel and Shya. I'm zooming in from Hamburg in Germany.
Great. What can we do for you, my dear?
I find it so inspiring to read the title of Hiccups and Burps. I was thinking, okay, what that means. Okay, could be fun, but it's also sometimes it's disturbing. It depends on the situation.
Well, no, it depends on whether you say no to the situation.
And whether you're already upset.
Ah,
See, if you're already upset and you hit a bump in the road of your life where something doesn't go the way you think it ought to, the upset comes to the surface and you blame it on the bump in the road, but it really you were upset all along.
oh, I,
See,
yeah.
like I know you were upset today because when we first got together, when we came on,
Mhm.
you were complaining about the weather in Hamburg, that it was too hot.
Yeah.
So if you're complaining about it's too hot, you're already upset.
Yeah, I had some challenges the last days with my body and how my body felt, and I had a lot of pain also during the night. I woke up with a bad pain in my hip, and I almost could not move. And it's a lot of the weather where it turns me into different moods. And
No.
Nice
See,
try. Nice try.
that
I
is a
love you.
very
I love you. I love you.
that is a very good example of how it works. You see, though, the weather changes, your moods change, but if the weather is, say, just comfortably warm, you still get upset when you get upset.
I wrote to somebody the other
Then you
day.
blame it on Mark.
Right, why not? About it being
Because he didn't
sorry.
do or he did.
yes, yes, absolutely right.
Yeah, your mind always finds something to blame it on, so you don't have to be responsible. But you're
Uh-huh.
responsible for your experience of living, really. And
Yeah,
responsibility isn't blame, it isn't shame, it isn't guilt. Responsibility is realizing that you have something to do with the way your life is showing up.
yes, yes, I experienced that.
When I
Uh,
had my partial mastectomy and my breast surgery and the taking out some of the lymph nodes, we had a really early appointment. And we drove in, and it was smooth because we were going, we wanted to go, it was important to go. We were like in our groove. Then about a week or so later, I had some complications. And my surgeon said, look, I really think you need to come into urgent care. And if you get here before 4, I can see you. So Shya was at a dentist appointment. I said, don't let them start. We need to go into New York City. Here's what's happening. We were both discombobulated. We weren't particularly, it was just like change was rocking us. Driving in, there were a lot of really weird, erratic drivers. But I say that was a reflection of us. We were, I don't know if we were weird driver magnets or something, but I can tell.
Well, we were a complaint and wanted something to complain about. How's that?
yes,
So the weather is perfect. It's always changing. And even if it's exactly the temperature you want, you can complain that it won't stay that way.
true. Yeah, I have reasons. Absolutely. I find them very easily.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Well, let me stop you again.
Yes.
You said, I find them very easy. Now, I think you make the mistake of thinking that your thoughts are you.
Ah,
So when you say, I find them, your thoughts say, oh, it's too hot, or it's too cold,
yeah.
or Mark should do this, or Mark should do that.
Yeah.
And you use that as the cause of the complaint rather than realize you complain or that voice complains and you listen to it as though it's you.
Absolutely. Yeah.
When I'm not upset, if I come upon an erratic driver, or Shya comes upon an erratic driver, if he happens to be driving us, we notate it and we do our best to just if they're in front of us, back up a little bit so we're not in their slipstream, or we let somebody go around. It's a noticing, aha, this person's, when we're upset, they're idiots. So it's about responsibility and ownership and recognizing that your universe is giving you clues about your state if you want to own that you're the author of your life during it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's an automatic reaction.
Yeah. Yes.
But
Of course it is.
It's automatic, but if you see it, you don't have to automatically get yourself upset over it. You can say, now do I stay in this upset state or do I take a breath?
I mean, I currently cannot regulate my body temperature. I mean, not that you ever have, but normally if it's a cool day and you put on something that compensates for that, you're good. But I go from hot to cold, cold to hot. I mean, like cold where my hands get cold, and then I get hot. And you know, I've gotten to the place where it's a little bit like sun shining through the blinds. I should pull the blinds down rather than complain I have sun in my eyes.
Yeah.
You're correct, Dorina. It absolutely is an automatic reaction. Now the game begins.
Love you for that. Yes.
Yeah, you can endorse it or you can notice it. And in noticing it, it disappears and you're appropriate. And by the way, you have a hell of a lot more fun.
Oh, yeah. We told your husband to have some fun. You should have some fun with him.
Yeah.
Because you guys haven't been having fun. You've been complaining to each other and listening to that complaint as though it's true.
Yes.
By the way, sometimes having fun is taking care of other people. Like, have some folks over to dinner, or, take some flowers to a friend, or, I find just taking care of people in my environment takes my attention off of me. Although I have to say, I haven't been doing that so much recently. It's more about allowing people to take care of me, which is not something I've been as skilled at
or comfortable with.
And I've been enjoying the ride when I have. Some of the time, I'm like, like I said to one of the doctors who was about to do some piercing and some, like go in with needles, and it wasn't going to feel so good. I said to her, "Can I just tell you I hate this?" She said, "Yeah, I can really get that." I said, "Okay, good. Now go. Let's go." But I sometimes I just allow myself to be me.
The way you are in that moment.
And then it completes itself. And then there's the next moment.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
What a treat to be with you today,
Yeah.
Dorina.
Thank you so much.
Hey, Dorina, it's okay to have fun, even when the circumstances aren't what you would prefer.
And even if, I'm imagining the two of you have a one-income house at the moment, mainly. And you can find fun things to do that fit within your budget. I am a left-handed person, and my left hand is currently rather disabled while I'm healing. So I'm having fun finding how much I can do with my right hand. You can have fun with the restriction as opposed to be a victim of we don't have the resources we used to have. And then as you have fun, he's going to be a whole lot more attractive hiree because he'll be Mark.
Yeah. Who I love and admire.
Yes, you love. Thanks for being with us today.
Thank you so much.
Hey, right back. You can subscribe to this podcast, share it with your friends. We're moving up on 1,000 episodes. That's happening early August. We'll be airing different things about podcasts that over the years that people have really enjoyed. If you have something you've really enjoyed, you can reach out and let us know, or a conversation that's touched you, or a guest that's made a difference. Just go to our website and contact us. We'd be happy to hear from you. You can also subscribe to our newsletter. transformationmadeeasy.com is where you go to find all our resources, sign up for seminars, etc. Next week's episode
tastes like chicken.
It's going to be fun. I say fun. Thanks for being with us today. We'll be back next week.
So come on back.
And don't miss
being here.